So let's establish an outer perimeter, all of us. How can we keep the bad actors from getting close? And we really need to do that because the closer they are, the greater our risk. So let's look at how to do this. First of all, Misty?
Let's limit exposure, okay? Know this, AARP had a survey that revealed that exposure is a key factor. Significantly more victims than non-victims experienced multiple exposures to fraud. Many victims also reported being more open to solicitations from strangers and making remote purchases at a pace that exceeded those of non-victims, which may have caused additional fraud exposure. So limit exposure. Check source credibility before exposing yourself to content. Again, look at what AARP stated with their survey. Use technology protections like a password manager or call blocking services or identity theft monitoring services. Know and respect your limits. Not all of us are good with money. A financial power of attorney, which we'll talk about in a second, or daily money managers can help with today money matters. Registered investment advisors, like Ann spoke about previously, can also help and protect nest eggs. Next, know and take extra precautions when your risk rises. Maybe you're under a lot of stress. Maybe something new has happened to you, like a new baby or a new grandchild, or you've remarried. Know that these can have significant impacts on your risk factors. And then educate yourself about fraud. So know this, bad actors, they change their game constantly, and you can't recognize, let alone guard against them if you don't educate yourself. And I do know that we're probably talking to the choir because you all are here, you're interested, so you want to know more. But remember this, bad actors, like Ann said previously, they're pervasive. They're going to reach out to you multiple times. They're persuasive, using all the science that we know about human behavior, and they're persistent. So make it automatic. And here you'll see 4 QR codes. These are all to different newsletters. 2 are to the Secretary of State. 1 is to AARP. 1 is also to Consumer Alerts. Also know that the North Carolina Department of Justice also sends out alerts for things that pertain to North Carolina. So that's another resource that you can go to.
So, you know what? Given as pervasive as they are, showing up maybe in your smartphone feeds, just as this session has been in progress, the odds are that sooner or later, they will find an in and they will get closer to you. So you have to establish, each of us has to establish an inner perimeter to protect ourselves when they get much closer. So what is crucial to that? Well, crucial to that is buying time. Buying time, absolutely critical. So often what they do when they are using that social science research that Misty has referenced, they are getting us excited. An opportunity, a must not miss, once in a lifetime opportunity, or afraid, oh my gosh, we're gonna lose everything. They're hijacking our emotions. And what is so critical is that we reconnect with the rational selves that are sitting here today watching this presentation. People will tell us all day long, I won't be a victim, right? But that's our rational selves talking. And that's not what the bad actors trigger. They trigger our emotional selves. And we have to have time to reconnect, to have those second thoughts, to be able to get details in writing. And by the way, that's a way to slow things down. You know, do a screenshot. Y'all have had surely the experience where you've seen something on the internet day 1 and day 2, it is gone. So be sure and get those details in writing, in print, some kind of way, so that you know exactly what you're talking about, and create those speed bumps. You know, all that convenience on your phone, the apps, the tiny print. The problem is It's easy to miss important details, like you're trading on leverage, you're borrowing money to be trading. So the losses that you incur are not just the losses that you of money you have, but money also that you borrowed that you maybe were less aware of. So all this connectivity makes it really convenient and easy for us to do everyday things, but query, is that worth the risk that we make an awful mistake? Or is it worth the risk that a bad actor, once they're inside, they can do much more damage? So speed bumps. And let us not forget, whoops, there we go. All right, you want to screen those opportunities. You want to screen those opportunities. And you know what? You can do so at the Secretary of State's office. We have a hotline where you can actually speak with a real person. And that gives you the chance to talk about the people who are recommending or selling products and the investment products themselves. Sure, not all of them have to be registered, but it's worth the time to check and find out, oh, they don't have to be, but still that's giving your gray cells a chance to think about, is this something that is really compatible with my circumstances? And for those of you who would rather do it on your own, you can always do your own checking, and here's the QR code to the Secretary of State's investor page.